Welcome to round 7 of the Splint Cup Series. Today, we figure out who our playoff drivers are for the TOECAR Series, the first ever season we've ever had. Yesterday, we wrapped up the regular season for the Trash Series. It was an absolute spectacle and a tragedy in some ways. Today, we're probably going to see a lot more of the same. And speaking of tragedies, let's start off by talking about our injuries. Mike, you had a word on that?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is it's a really good thing that Armando included a new and improved infield care center at Atlanta overnight when he improved the racetrack, because it was more than needed. Let's go down this list. The Colonel, Caleb Rose. His car started flipping so fast that his eyes became dislocated. But luckily, Dr. Steve Basil, he was able to just thumb him back in, nice and gently. So Colonel's going to be able to race today. Our favorite big boy Chunk, unfortunately, has a hernia from all those impacts last week. So he needs to be real careful tonight, or else he could really tear something and be in a lot more serious trouble. Muscular Zaxterfee got hit right in the floorboard by an oncoming car. He has a case of crumble spine from that. But the doctors say that there's not really anything you can do to let that heal, so you might as well just race anyway. So he's going to continue to try to race in on his points lead. As long as he finishes the race today, and by finish I mean survives, then he'll be in the championship next week. Sweet Baby Ray Cyrus, a little bit more serious than Bowman Gray. This time he has a case of seared ribs, a little bit more painful, but he's a very strong individual. He's going to be racing today. Mario Andretti, when he got hit by Chunk in that one crash, it evaporated all the fuel in his tank and left his whole body one big bruise again, just like earlier in the season. This guy really needs to get his blood work done, because that's not normal. Reese Ware and Jamie Chippy both took some hard hits that sent their cars spinning like helicopters. Both of them have rotated brain syndrome, so they're going to be seeing a little bit crooked today, but they're still going to be in the race. And here we have our massive Chris epidemic. Braden Bunch, Zach Outback, Brody Kraft, Victor Elaine, and the man himself, Massive Chris, all with a case of Massive Chris. But until that reaches Extreme Chris, they're not going to be out of the car. Those out of the car, though, Tyrese Halifax, horrible crash. I just couldn't believe what I saw for all those fans in attendance that came out to see him try to win. Awful. The Amtrak took him down to Halifax, got hung up by a stopped freight train, but, Uber to the rescue. They brought him out, took him to Halifax, and they rolled out the red carpet for him. It was white before that, but he's going to be in surgery during the race today. If we get any word, we'll let you know what goes on with him. Glucose Maxon got absolutely shellacked in the door and actually shattered the entire left half of his body. Very unfortunate. He's actually going to be out the rest of the season these last 2 weeks. That 40 team, they just can't catch a break, man. He may have heard some noises on the radio and outside of the car through other onboards of the 21 car last week of Kurt and Kyle Busch getting stuck in the turn 4 wall. That car decelerated so quickly it dislocated his arms, legs, and his eyes just like the Colonel. But Dr. Steve Basil has advised him not to be in the car this week because all those limbs need time to reattach, or else they're going to come out again on the next impact. Just a very painful afternoon in Atlanta.
Well, that's just terrible news, Mike. But the show must go on, as they say in the business, and today we're doing just that. One more race, one last opportunity to make the playoffs. Speaking of injuries, by the way, somebody's returning to the booth today. It's Matt, who's recovering from his terrible harmonica injury. Matt, how are you feeling? Well, all right.
You know what I mean?
Glad you feel better.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. So today, I'm Kyle, as always. I'm joined by Mike. I'm joined by Matt, and I'm joined by Tristan. Guys, what are we going to see today?
This is going to be the best race we've seen all year, in my opinion. These guys, I think they figured out after that shit show last week that they can't just do anything that comes into their head. They got to suppress the intrusive thoughts. I think we're going to see lots of 4 or 5 wide racing today. I think turn 6 is going to be a little bit tricky like we saw yesterday, but a little less tragic this time around.
Yeah, I mean, the CRI is a very interesting track, as we saw. Well, everybody else saw. I haven't seen yet. I was dealing with some things during the trash race. But I remember it from back in my day of hitting the racetrack, and it's treacherous. So we might see some field goals on the football field, and might see some guys get mad that they didn't make the playoffs, and we'll see how they react to that.
Yeah, if the trash series was any indication, which usually it's not, because these guys are much worse than the trash guys. No offense. Actually, all offense. Take it. I don't care. We're in for a fun one, I think, tonight. It's probably going to wreck a lot. You know how it goes with these drivers. They race like it's a last lap every lap. And you know what? I can respect that to an extent. But hopefully they smarten up after last week at Atlanta. A lot of stupid driving last week. A lot of injured drivers because of that. And hurt feelings, to say the least. But we'll just kind of see what happens today. Hopefully they drive a little smarter.
And for the first time ever, we have over 1 billion people in attendance for a TOECAR race. Take a look here in Turn 1. Look at all these fans that are packed in here, guys. They love motorsports.
Well, we've been having an amazing season so far. We've seen things that motorsports have never seen before, almost on a weekly basis. So you can't wonder, or what I wonder, I guess I should say, is why anybody else hasn't tried to come out to a TOECAR race. I hear the track's attendance today is 2 billion people all around the entire facility. That's 1/4 of the whole population of the planet. I don't know how they got them all in here. That building cannot be up to code, but they're in
Fire
for a show.
Marshal's having a fucking meltdown right now.
Traffic's gonna suck getting out of here.
Well, fortunately, Matt, in the Kowloon Bolt City there, they do have a hotel, so we're going to have to crash there tonight, I think.
I don't wanna.
Well, that brings us to our next order of business. As I've said about 35 times now, this is our last race before the playoffs. One more opportunity to make the postseason. We have a few people who've already punched their ticket. Braden Bunch, Corey Origami last week with the upset. Peck Arpetti, York, and Zach Outback, all winners. They're all going to be in the postseason. I would have loved to say Tyrese Halifax on that list as well. Thoughts and prayers go out to him. He is currently in surgery while this race is taking place. And if he makes it back next week, he can be in this postseason. It doesn't matter because it's still going to be 4 people on points no matter what. So if he can make it back, great. But the jury's still out, guys. It's going to be all dependent on how this goes. That being said, there are 4 more spots up for grabs, even if we don't have a new winner. The top 4 people in points will make the postseason along with everybody who wins. And that standings currently look like this. Muscular Zachary, a commanding 52-point lead over the cut line. All he needs to do is come back in one piece, and he's in the championship race. Raymond Hans, +8. Victor E. Lane, +6. And Bellagio Asiago is +1 on the cut line. The closest 4 outside of that are Daniel Suez, who's 1 behind. Tied with him is Tatuma Sato in the 7 car. Limburger Asiago is -6. Going to try to take that spot from his brother today. And Kobe Keith is -10. Of course, there are a few other people who could theoretically point their way in, but most likely it will be a combination of these 8 drivers comprising the field when it's all said and done. Well, that's enough talk. Let's get down to business, guys. On pole today, the 57 car. He's on the cut line, or pretty close to it, actually, 6 behind. Limburger Asiago. Going to need a big day either to win or just have a pretty solid points day and have some other people have some misfortune. And he can put this 57 car into the playoffs. CJ to his outside in that 37 car. It's going to take a win, most likely. He's going to probably have to get there and just stay there all day. We saw lots of chaos in the trash race. He wants to be in front of it. So does Demonde Plywood in 3rd in that 01 car. One of the most cursed cars in the series. Going to have a good starting spot today. Maybe he can capitalize. Speaking of winners, 69 car, Pecker Petty. He's in the postseason. Pecker doesn't have to worry about a goddamn thing today except getting to the finish line. Corey Origami's in 5th. Derek Polk is in 6th today. Zach Outback in the postseason in 7th. Sweet Baby Ray is a must-win driver is in 8th. Cheesy is in 9th in the 10 car, pardon me. And Raymond Hans, another person on that cut line, only +8 in P10.
At 11th, we got our favorite plower, Babe Juth, starting inside of Jamie Chippy. York, if you don't like me not saying his name, blame the networks. And on the outside, Glucose Maxian, who's not going to be in the car this week with a shattered left hat, has been replaced by Benito De La Pasta, our favorite new Italian. Starting behind him, we got Massive Chris, and on the outside, Tyrese Halifax, currently in surgery, so we got a little bit of a donation. I wasn't supposed to say that. We got the 3 Masato driving the 24 car. This is the son of Tatuma. Hopefully he can make his daddy proud in the back of the pack. Behind him, we got the 4 car Bob Sled returning after coming back last week and getting in the crash. Starting his outside is Reese Ware. Behind them, we got the 07 of Jackie Said. Outside is Mario Zandretti.
Starting off the back half of the field, we have Hud Strickland in the 79 car. Next to him, we have Slim Slady in the 6. Next row, we have Braden Bunch, that stupid piece of shit. He already has a win. I hope he crashes early. Outside him, we have Cam Arrow in the 30. 25th, we have Craig Bush, father of Kurt and Kyle Bush. You have to wonder if guys like him today, especially him, if he wins, if he just keeps his son out of the car next week and chases the championship. I would. 26th, we have Daniel Suez right there on the outside looking in. Next to him, we have Brody Kraft. Next row, we have Brody Kraft, and next to him, we have Kobe Keith. 29th, we have Chunk Charles Wagon in the 23 car, and a Muscular Zaxterfee rounds out the top 30.
31st place will go to the 00 of Harvey Quinn. Next to him will be the 8 car of Shave Burns. 67 of Daga Dub, he will start P33, and the P34 belongs to car 34, Steel Park. 70, Bellagio Asiago, he will be P35 today. Next to him will be Andrew in the number 99. Proud father, not so proud of his qualifying effort, will go to Tatuma Sato in the 7 car. 09 car, Walter White, starting very deep in the field tonight. And then rounding out the field, Victor E. Lane, 6 points from the cutoff, or 6 points ahead of the cutoff, I should say. But he's got his work cut out for him today as he starts out here in the last row. And then next to him, after a horrible accident last week, we have the Colonel himself.
And you know, guys, I just spoke earlier before the race with TOECAR insider Rob Pockets, and he was telling me when they put the eyes back in Colonel Caleb Rose's head, they put him in the wrong side, and he couldn't see which way he was going during his qualifying run. Qualified dead last tonight. Gonna have a huge hill to climb. That has been remedied now, so he should be able to be good to go the rest of the race, but definitely an uphill battle. Jason Payson's gonna be giving us the command today and driving the virtual safe car. Jason, take it away.
Drivers, start your engines!
Oh yeah, brother, you had that lozenge in. Got that voice nice and buttery smooth.
Well, those on the cut line, they're going to have a buttery smooth day today, they hope, if they're going to make the postseason. So much on the line. 4 spots up for grabs at minimum. Could be a 5th if we have a new winner. We could see absolutely anything today. A season's worth of success, triumph, failure. The whole 9.
Crashes.
Lots of those.
Now, TOECAR officials have told all the drivers 2 things. One, when the caution comes out, and if it's not 10 to go or less, you slow down immediately. There is no racing back unless it's 10 to go. This is to save lives. And also, beyond the first start, it's going to be single file restarts all throughout the day. And boogity boogity, and we're racing at CRI.
Or whatever you want to call it.
And before you complain about the single file restarts, you're still going to have 5 wide by the second straightaway, so get over it.
Yeah, this is a track. They do not waste their time here at CRI Superspeedway. Those of you who've seen our past races on this facility know it doesn't take long for them to start passing one another. We're already 3 wide all through the pack.
Bunching up, getting thick, scoreboard as they go down the straightaway. Into the corner. Oh! Sweeping race almost in the wall.
Oh, and this is an absolutely snarling pack. Yesterday, this was our trouble zone. Turns 5 and 6. CRI Superspeedway, let's not forget, this is a triangle-shaped racetrack. We have 6 corners, and this is the worst 2 on the entire track. Or best, I guess, if you like the chaos. Here they go. Can they make it?
4 wide back there.
Oh, Peccar pitting in the wall.
That's a big
I
solid
don't think
note.
so, boys.
Crashing and sliding and heading
look out
for the
down
pit
the pit
wall.
lane. They're going to miss
Chunky Charles.
Oh.
All the way back up the track.
it. Tatuma and Tathrima.
Ooh. Brody Kraft almost tipped over there at the end. Looks like somebody may have hit him. But most people are going to keep it in kind of one piece.
Who went down pit road there?
That was Slim Slady in the 6 car.
Oh, man.
And we have a caution.
As we see here, the field coming off turn 6. We talked about it right before it happened. This is the area we're going to see most of the chaos today, we think. And Massive Chris, part of that group there, they all just kind of push up off the corner. Cheesy did it similarly up ahead of those guys. And it's really, it doesn't take much. This is a very narrow racetrack. The margin for error is non-existent. And one slight slip, and you see all these cars spinning around. A small group here gets all caught up. Tatuma's in that. Camaro. We talked about Massive Chris before. The Colonel. That's not good for the Colonel's eyes. Andrew.
Yeah, there were about 3 crashes that all happened in the squeeze there off turn 6.
Take a ride on board here. Newcomer Tathrima Sato. See what he sees.
Nope.
And, just everybody just kind of runs out of room. It's that thing that we've been saying all week. Just, especially in this corner, just drivers keep trying to wash up the track and just run out of room quicker than they realize.
Coming to our first restart of the day. Pace car pulling off turn 6. Pecker Petty in the lead. Demonde Plywood in second with Derek Polk in third. Oh God, is that Babe Juth? Babe Juth in that 33 car 4th.
Oh, he's ready.
We could be in for some chaos. Another day,
if you will.
another day, another boggy. We're green.
Big Dove bringing it up the rear. He's going to have a big run.
Yeah. He pitted for a Zin on that last lap with a caution. Must have just got it. We saw that last week too. Nicotine addictions, guys, very, very hard to break.
Wouldn't recommend. Cost money.
Oh, they're 3 wide already. Reese, that 86 is off the pace by a lot. He's dropping like a rock through the field back there. They went 4 wide to avoid him. Babe Juth looking to the inside of the 92 car.
There's a bit of a wad back there.
Oh, he's going to get help from Yura.
You're a what?
Okay, but
You're
we're
not
talking about the
monetized.
race.
All right, we're gonna go through turns 5 and 6 a little bit more organized, let's say this time.
Whoa!
And even then, they had a moment. Oh, Jamie
Tafrima
Chippy.
back there, he
Multiple
saved it though.
Oh, Jamie Chippy and Jackie said gonna have to peel off to the pit road here. They
Oh,
must
and
have
Reese.
a penalty. And Reese Ware. Oh no, Reese!
Oh,
Race!
Oh my
What a
goodness.
dumbass.
Stupid fuck!
What was he doing?
He
That
got
was
a little confused.
and the caution is out. I wasn't sure if we would get
no,
one.
it's not.
Is
No,
it?
it's not.
The caution
think
is
it's
not
out.
out.
Oh, it looked like the lights were on.
Dumbass.
The flag is not waving.
We
The
stay
flag is
green!
waving.
The Monday
Wow.
Plywood to the lead, followed by Peck Art, Pet Part, that guy!
Party in the 69 car.
What?
He's
he
already
said?
Don't
won
look
this
now,
season.
but Babe Juth is there too.
I don't want to think about that. Right now, I want to think about how Pecker Petty needs to not win this race. He's already won a race this season. I want to see a new winner. I want to see as many cars in the playoffs as possible.
Wow.
Chris saved
Wowie,
it.
wowie, wowie.
New leader, Peck Petty.
They are 5 wide at the back of the pack back there,
They
guys.
sure
They're-
are.
Punch.
Victor,
Oh, no,
come
Victor.
on, man,
Lane.
What are
no.
we doing? He's 6 points. Oh no, this is
That's
gonna be
gonna be
championship
it.
playoff implications.
Oh man.
What is going
Oh,
on?
Jamie Chippy rejoining the
hot
track.
merge. Hot merge from Jamie.
Wow.
Oh, the
I can't
caution's
bes-
out. That's
oh,
why.
they throw the caution out for this though.
I think something else happened here, guys.
Oh yeah, it looks like
oh
we got
yeah,
smoke.
we got.
Oof.
Oh, Jason Payson flying with the
Is
cur-
that
the
the
curve.
Colonel?
Colonel
rank.
Bellagio. Championship implications for the 70. Oh, and
The
Baltimore White.
09 car.
Look at that splitter, man. He's
Wow.
going to do a backflip on the next restart.
Oh
Let's focus on
man.
that 70 car for a second. Bellagio Asiago just 1 point above the cut line, and that thing is really damaged, guys. Victor
Not looking
Elaine.
great.
Victor Elaine was only 6 points above the cut line, and he is done. That car can't compete the rest of the day. He's not going to point his way in that 12 car. What heartbreak.
This is what caused the caution. They're going 5 wide going into turn 1 here. It ain't going to work. They get in the wall back there. Oh, Tafrima.
My goodness. And that is big, big drama, guys. Tatuma Sato. Oh, he's in the wreck, too. I didn't even notice at first. Tatuma Sato 1 point behind the cut line. Bellagio Asiago is 1 point above the cut line. And Tatuma's son, goes up there and wrecks Bellagio. We might have to investigate this, guys.
Take another look here. And you know, just 5 wide was never going to work there. And then you see Bellagio get into Tafrima.
Yeah, that
take
does
the
look
Colonel with him.
intentional. I gotta say,
Just
no real need for that.
As we see over all our fans there in the Kowloon Walled City in turn 1. But that plan might backfire because Tatuma himself was in that a little bit. Not nearly as much as the 70 car. But still, any damage is not damage you want when the points are this close. Daniel Suez was in that contention. There's a lot more people that can completely take over both those positions.
Jason is
Jason
on it.
whipping it. Hell
When you
yeah.
have- When you have a virtual safety car, the laws of physics don't apply because it's not a real car. He went out there at about 2:15 directly out of the pit road. And he's going to catch the leaders in just a matter of time.
Back at CRI Speedway, Mr. Toes, you have an update?
Yeah, it looks like these guys have been on pretty decent behavior so far, so officials have decided that we will be racing back to the caution for the rest of the night. So, Babe's already got his tongue out of his mouth ready to go for that. He's going to be plowing through whoever's in front of him. Same with the 97 car, Massive Chris. That's the best news those two could have heard.
No, well, I guess we're going to have to hope that they mind their P's and Q's a little bit here. Don't want to be on Santa's naughty list.
Luckily,
But-
not many cars up ahead of this 33 car for him to plow into.
Give it a lap.
Huh? Yeah.
One thing worth noting too, we are still on single file restarts. That has not changed. However, though, racing back to the line, they'll have an opportunity maybe to make some more spots up when these wrecks happen. Hopefully they do it safely, but considering the 33 car is still in the race, I know they won't be. You see Hud Strickland doing something wrong back there, certainly, and we're green.
We'll figure it out.
Or
And
he'll
what-
get a penalty, whichever one. Who cares?
One thing worth mentioning, this is not a long race, guys. We are already 1/3 of the way done. And these people are starting to feel the sense of urgency. They know they have to get into the postseason. They have to win. Or for some people, they have to have a solid finish today. Some people already out. 2 of the 8 people we talked about in our previous already completely out of contention for the postseason. Well, maybe not completely. The 70 car still out there. But he's going to have a very, very tough battle to make it happen.
Oh. Pecker Petty and Daniel Suez dooring each other out of the corner.
Dave Juth dives to the bottom there, going for the lead underneath Demonde Plywood. 3 wide in this corner is very treacherous. I think we might avoid it this time. I hope. Doesn't
Derek's
look like it,
trying.
actually.
Oh, no, it's Demonde. Multiple cars in the wall and multiple cars involved
And they're
behind.
racing back to this one, guys.
They're fanning out.
here they
and
come.
Slamming into it.
Oh,
Jamie Chippy hard into the inside wall.
Corey
The Cardinal
Origami on
Cheesy.
top of someone.
I think that might have been Cam Arrow that was underneath that car there, guys.
Massive Chris is destroyed.
My
A
goodness.
drag race back to the caution there between a few of them.
And guys, let me tell you, the yellow is out.
As we come off of turn 6, Demonde Plywood and the 10 of Cheesy are going to get together up there, but then the 97 is going to get turned coming off of turn 6, trying to check up for it. The 1's going to bounce into him, so does the 48. There's nothing new there. Oh,
The Tumo was in that.
Oh, Jamie.
Chunk with a hard lick into the 30
Oh.
car, and there comes the
Turtle.
59.
Wow,
I
lots
will
of people.
say, as many people as you were about to say, as many people were involved, a lot of people managed to avoid the front half of the accident.
Not only that, a lot of our playoff hopefuls very, very fortunate. Nobody really near that cut line too close was in that wreck. Muscular's actually was, but he's plus 52. That car only has to finish today, and they're in the playoffs, so.
On board the Chunkster here, as chaos ensues ahead of him. He hits the wall all on his own. I don't know what that was about, but he just kind of drives into the smoke and plows his way through and makes his own hole.
We are on board Large Chris. Insanely large Chris. The largest of Chris. Chris is so large.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. He might have
He
massive
just blocked the
crits
track.
after
got a little
that
bigger
hit.
with that nice hefty helping of KFC.
As we come down to the start-finish line here, getting ready for yet another restart. Let's see how far we make it this time. We just eliminated about 8 cars from the race, so it should be a little bit better. Our odds are getting higher and higher as we go.
Right at halfway here on this restart.
And Limburger Asiago is going to lead us to the green. Limburger, one of our playoff cut line drivers, only 6 points behind. Let's not forget, here in TOECAR, you get a point for leading a lap. You get another for leading the most. I can't promise he'll lead the most, but he definitely led one, so that's 1 point closer for that 57 car.
Of course, we'll see how it all has shaken up already with some of these cars getting damaged, and I can't remember if people are out of the race or not.
Now, this one car, all he has to do is literally finish the race. He doesn't have to finish the race. He just has to survive physically, and he's going to be in the championship hunt next week.
He don't care. He wants that lead. Look at him make a move to the inside. Zach Outback goes even lower.
Victory at any cost.
I mean, it makes sense, though, guys. That one car has been in contention almost every week, and they have not gotten a win. They're plus 52 on the cut line. That shows the results right there. Oh, man. That 24 car's holding some people up in the back. Oh.
They're going to make it.
Oh, are they? No, they won't.
There goes
Pecker
Pecker.
Petty.
Oh, Steel.
Oh, and
Steel
Look
Park
out!
just murders the pit wall. This is all happening on pit road, so the
And no
caution flag
caution,
not
guys.
waving.
The caution is
Steel-
not out.
Steel is on his lid in someone's pit box.
Oh, my goodness.
And the race
Bobsled.
continues.
Bobsled's going for the lead. That really, really spaced the field out. Oh, my goodness. You can't even see the back half of the field anymore.
Bob Sled to the inside.
We will get you a
Or
replay
into
on
the
that.
outside. That's some Slady. Yeah.
We will get you a replay of that accident at early convenience, but considering how high the stakes are, considering how easily a season can change here, we're going to stay with the action until given an opportunity not to.
Look at Zach Outback, man. Just move your up out of the groove, man. He wants to get up to the front.
Oh, and Sweet Baby Razor might get moved here too.
Oh.
Oh,
A lot of
They'll
wall
hold on to it.
contact.
they yearn for the wall off turn 6
The
here.
wide camera lets us see every hit.
That camera really does give you a good sense of how long this front straightaway is. We still could barely show you all the cars in the field. That's how spaced out a lot of these packs are after that chaos. Steel Park hard into the attenuator.
Now you got to think about the headspace of Limburger Asiago right now. He's got Sweet Baby Ray Cyrus behind him. He can win, and that doesn't change Limburger's position on making the chase. Muscular's Extrophy, same thing. Like, either of these two guys can win, and it probably still works out for Limburger, given everything that's happened so far. So, probably just going to let him by. It looks like he is. Bobsled, or not bobsled, Slim Slady and bobsled, I guess, different stories. They cannot win. For Limburgers just got to stay ahead of them. Top 3, that's where I'd want to be.
Now we got some slow cars up there also. We're going to have to get by here soon.
I think those are the people that pitted and didn't wreck there, Mike. And they're just now getting back off the pit road. That 00, though, does look very off the pace. They're going to catch him very, very quickly.
Here comes Slim.
Also worth pointing out, one of the people caught up in that pit road calamity was the 90 car of Kobe Keith. Kobe was 10 points behind the cut line. It's safe to assume his championship hopes are also over.
Looks like that second pack is kind of caught up here with the main pack here. Drove by Euro was the leader of that one, it looked like. As we look back here on another pack, I don't know how many packs there are at this point, but Monty Plywood in charge of that one.
I think they're about to catch that 00. Yeah, right there. You see the gap. The 34 and the 99 are just ahead. That 34 car, I can't believe he's still on the racetrack.
You're all the way to the inside. We'll see in a second. Here we go.
And Limburger's making a move for the lead at the same time.
Yeah, because they're getting blocked by the 00. Harvey Quinn, I don't know what he's doing. He was blocking them into turn 1 there. It caught the entire pack up. Muscular's actually going to duck to the inside, too.
You know, I think these guys are going to get away unscathed here for the most part.
This is going to help that second group catch up even more so. That group we were just riding with before, they're going to make up a lot of time. I cannot believe that 34 car is still on this racetrack, guys.
Whoa. Pushed Harvey all the way up the track entering that corner.
He's going to be blocking them leaders possibly.
Oh, Steele. How did Steele get back out here? He has got to be going 40 to 50 miles an hour off the pace right now.
You know, it really doesn't look it somehow. He's getting lapped, but it's not by a tremendous amount of speed difference. As we see, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 here. CJ on the inside. They're all going to fan out around these lap cars.
Slim got stuck in the middle. He tried to cut low in front of Zach. Didn't work out. They got to get organized. I mean, Sweet Baby Ray's not helping his own case, making a move on Muscular's Extrovy here. 57's got control of this race pretty good right now, guys.
Let's also not forget that 99 car. He wasn't in a wreck. He just had to pit. I guess they must have had either a loose wheel, flat tire, something of that nature. They got everything fixed. They're back out there, and that car is full speed, so he's probably not going to lose this pack, even if the other two do.
I'm really impressed with Muscular's Extrovy. He's been to be able to save it.
Wow,
what a save!
That was amazing.
To be able to come into this race with a 52-point lead, that is something I never thought we'd see in just an 8-race season, and only after 6 of the races.
Well, it's like we were talking about. This one car has been in contention, pardon me, for so many wins this season. To Matt's point, they don't need to win today, but they haven't won so far, and it might take a win next week to win this championship. You got to think today they want to prove they can.
The 57 has been dethroned from the front of the pack.
Finally. The reign of Limburger is over.
Here comes Slim.
Or is it? He's going back to the inside.
I think they're starting to settle in a little bit here. We're going to see some tire wear finally. We haven't seen a run this long, I don't think, all weekend. So we really don't know what to expect. Oh my goodness, except for that, we know they're...
Oh, God.
Oh, this isn't good.
That ain't going to work.
Yep, there it is.
Jackie said...
Finally getting our caution.
Somebody else is in that
here
smoke.
comes Chunk.
I
see him back there in the smoke.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was Babe Juth, shocker. Can they all miss them? The two of those cars? They can.
I don't know. Okay, I thought more cars were coming than that. The big smoke wall scared me.
And it looks like, for the most part, we should be in alright shape here. And that means we can finally get a replay of what happened on pit road.
Here's what these silly gooses were up to back here. We hadn't seen 4 wide off the corner for quite a few laps as they got strung out. But DeMonte Plywood just kind of crowds them all up. Ends in Derek Polk going around. Raymond Hahn's involved. Jackie said. I believe this is Babe Juth. Not a surprise. Oh, Tatuma barely getting around the 07. Braden Bunch wasn't so fortunate. Looks like the 10 might plow into that. I wasn't sure. They went off the screen. These guys come flying through.
Looks like everyone's going to make it without any further incident, though, luckily.
They were coming up full head of speed. Head of steam. Whatever the phrase is.
Riding on board the 10 car here. He's going to try to make his way through it. And it looks like he's just going to sneak past the inside.
Oh.
Wow. That was very close. And look behind him, guys. That 79 car, Hud Strickland. I want to point out, we talked about 8 people in the pre-race. The people we thought were going to be the people competing for this championship, or the last 4 spots in the championship, I should say. Most of them have been taken out. And you know who's waiting in the wings? That 79 car. Hutch Strickland was only 4 points behind Kobe Keith, 14 behind the cut line altogether. He's still around. Brody Kraft, only 2 points behind that. And you know, he's tied with 2 other people. And those 2 people are CJ Simpson and Shave Burns, 2 other cars who are still in this race. This is back several laps ago with the pit road drama. It looks like a couple of them had some sort of problem. You see the 69 car get turned there. And the 34, oh my goodness.
Man.
Just
Like-
misjudged.
And that ended the 90 cars race. Kobe Keith destroyed from that. Yeah, somehow the 34 car, the one who tumbled into the pit road, almost knocking out several volunteers, he's fine. That car doesn't even seem like it lost much speed.
Oh man, Kobe pissed, just immediately took the window net down and deleted the car.
You hate to see it, Mike.
On board with Kobe Keith. He's going to slow down to try to come in and pit. 34, he's like, you know what? That's a good idea, man. Me too. Gives him the old 2 time, but doesn't do it right. Oh my god.
Oh, and you know, I'm beginning to wonder. I wonder if they were looking in the mirror. Let's not forget that 69 car got turned off turn 6 there. I wonder if maybe the 34 car Steel Park was looking in the mirror trying to avoid getting run over and just misjudged and hit that pit wall.
Why the car so dark? Why is Jason so bright?
Because he's a hologram.
Yeah. Welcome back to CRI Superspeedway, where, gentlemen, it is coming down to it. 7 laps are going to remain on this restart. 7 laps to save your season. Who are we picking?
For me, it's going to be that one car. He's been so impressive all year long. He's avoided so much bullshit. I think he's going to be able to make his way into the play. He's going to do that either way as long as his heart's still beating. But I think he's going to be able to win his race. To be able to win the race and not have to point his way in anyway.
Matt?
I'm going to have to go with Slim Slady in the 6 car. He's been close a few times this season. Not one of those guys really close on points. He needs that win. I think he's going to get it done.
Tristan?
I don't fucking know. Who's 13th? Can we scroll on the scoreboard? Who's 13th?
Let's see. Survey says Bellagio Asiago.
Yeah, him.
Interesting
He's
pick.
winning. I said it. He's winning that race because I said so.
Okay.
There you have it. My pick today is going to be that 4 car, bobsled. What an upset it would be. Bobsled at Riki Raceway got powdered ribs. He was out for 4 weeks. Not only is he full health, but he's back in the car. And pretty soon he could be in the playoffs as well. Jason Payson bringing the virtual safety car down the pit road safely, avoids the pit wall. Something Steel Park can learn from. Then we're green. Let's not forget, guys, final 10 laps of the race. It's going to come down to it.
Sweet Baby Ray's not wasting any time trying to get the lead again here from the 57.
Here comes Slim. I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Oh, they're rubbing
he
tires.
doors Zach out back.
A little
Still
more
flying.
organized. Let's not forget, last time we immediately had some chaos in turn 6. It spread everything up. This time, it seems like everybody's sticking mostly to 2 wide. It looks like Tumasato might want to ruin that right behind them. But if they can keep it to this level of organization, pardon me, they might actually make it, and that could change this race completely. We really haven't seen a big pack make it the whole lap without spreading apart.
Still 2
Well,
wide
we
off
could-
of 6. So.
Yeah, if we could get through this corner right here, I think we'll be
Oh.
good. They
Wow.
barely make it through, but they're going to make it through, it looks like, unscathed. 57
Another-
car still leads.
This
Another
isn't
great save
good.
for CJ, and they're 5 wide back there.
Not good, guys.
Oh, they're going to
We're
sort it
coming
out
up
a
on
little.
turn 1.
Tremendous is
Ah,
what
they
I think
sorted to
where you're looking
four.
for.
Oh, no. Please,
Oh, man,
please.
that's newcomer. That's Benito de la Pasta all the way down on the inside.
Trouble.
and right
Tatuma.
behind.
Daniel Suez, another points competitor in the
Oh,
infield
you hate
grass.
to see that.
First down.
Still green.
Oh, Jackie!
Not for long. Yeah, I think Jackie just hooked
Jackie
somebody.
set in the wall.
Oh,
Taking dubs now.
He's
getting
gonna
turns.
Dega, come
Need
on
to
now.
save it.
Oh, and he's
Well-
gonna hit the wall.
Oh.
He stays straight.
And we're
I
still
think we're
green.
still green,
Yep.
guys.
No cautions.
Well, that's going to save us a little bit here in turns 5 and 6. I think, I hope, I pray. Here comes the field.
Oh,
Bouncing.
Whoa,
All
line
right.
contact.
Wall.
Now we got ourselves a race here, guys.
Let's not count our kitchens before they hatch. Chickens before they hatch. Looks like the whole field will make it this time, but that little group in the back looked a little
Ooh,
treacherous.
Demonte, where are you going there, pal? Trying to make it 4 wide in turn 1. That don't work.
Benito
Oh, by
up
the
middle.
way, we got a new leader.
That we do. It's that 29 car. Zach Outback already in the playoffs. Doesn't need to win today, but would love to flex
Get
on
the
absolutely
fuck out of
everybody.
here, dumbass.
You know, he's kind of had a quiet race today. I'm kind of
Well, let's make it
impressed
louder.
with his
Crash him.
performance today. Yeah, okay. All
Here
right.
comes Limburger Asiago to the inside. That 57 Cheez-It Mobile. He's been towards the front almost this whole season. Let's not forget, got out of the car at Riki Raceway, had a little bit of an injury.
They're not going to make it through 6 this time, guys.
Nope, they're getting about 4 wide back there.
And it's Babe fucking Juth, I bet, too.
Oh, no,
and
no.
Bob
Save
Sled.
it, Bob. No.
Oh, no. Up across the track.
Now the
More
caution's
cars.
out.
No, the one
one's
car.
in it. Oh, looks like he
They're gonna
might
be okay. Everyone's
be
going to
all
make
right.
it through. No damage, it looks like.
They'll
But this
be
is
all
gonna
right.
be a green-white checker though, guys.
Big shakeup.
Oh, Raymond Hans! Oh my God! Did anybody see
Incredible.
that?
Yeah.
Raymond
sure
Hans-
did.
That was the problem.
Raymond Hans almost absolutely wiped out my pick. Bob Sled.
They're
Oh,
Oh.
contact.
Well,
As we see coming off turn 6 here, heartbreakingly, my pick gonna be involved. Gotta get hooked together there with the 37. CJ really didn't do anything wrong, just a matter of circumstance. And poor Bob, he got so close to saving it, just gets hooked a second time here, trying to save it by Cheesy. Once again, Cheesy had nowhere to go. Couldn't be any worse of a situation for any of these drivers, except for the fact that seemingly everyone misses them. Hud Strickland, we talked about him being very close to the cut line, narrowly avoids everybody. But look at this 4 car in the back. He's going to pull up to the high side here for some reason as we are already under the caution. And Raymond Hans absolutely almost steamrolled him. Look at this.
Oh.
Yo!
Oh,
My goodness. Jason Payson brings the virtual safety car down for the final time tonight. Limburger Asiago in the lead. Zach Alpack in second. Slim Slady third. The rest of the field behind them. Who's going to make the playoffs? Who's going to cry? We'll soon find out.
I'm sure we'll cry.
we're at CRI. And we're green.
29. Awful restart. He lost a ton of time to Limburger. That could seem like a good thing at first if you're that 57, but these guys are all going to get a huge run on that car. Can he block them?
I saw Daniel Suez dive all the way down to the bottom back there. He's not wasting any time trying to make up as many spots as he can just to try and assure that he makes this playoff.
Guys, let's not forget, this is our only attempt at a green-white checker. You have to go now. If you're trying to get points, you got to make every pass. If you're trying to get a win and need a win, you got to start going to the front. Babe Juice trying to do just that.
Here
Dives
comes
to the
Zach
inside.
Look at the 29!
And he's got help. Slim Slady in that 6 car behind, and Sweet Baby Ray Cyrus in the 05 behind. This is going to be the toughest part right here. Our biggest challenge yet.
Now, this could be the finish if they don't make it off the corner and the caution comes out.
Oh,
Like
and they
that.
won't.
Oh, he's going to save it.
No, he won't. Oh, and Limburger is going to get there first.
They didn't
Wait,
throw the caution.
they
No
didn't throw the
caution. They're going to
caution.
race back. Incredible
I think the
officiating.
white flag was already waving, maybe.
Yeah, I think the flagman already had the white flag in his hand. These drivers are, in fact, slowing down. And Limburger Asiago, provided he can get back to the start-finish line, will be your winner as his brother crashes and burns behind, similar to his playoff dreams. Limburger, out of the car after Riki Raceway, had to get a substitute driver. His brother, Asiago, got in, had a great day. 57 next week, once again, was piloted by that Limburger Asiago guy. And man, oh man, has he salvaged his season. Gonna make the playoffs, probably on points and with the win. But with the win, he's not gonna need the points, which means we're gonna have to open up a whole new spot, guys. This playoff grid might have just changed completely. Zach Outback, a tremendous day in his own right, gonna come home second. Zach Outback, an early race winner, missed several weeks with injury. He's back. He's gonna compete for a title next week. Slim Slady, it's going to depend on how the points shake out. But anybody third on back, if you haven't won, I'm not very confident. As the field comes off turn 6 for the final time. And that face you see on that flag, or on that billboard, I should say, I imagine that's how that driver of the 57 looks right now on that side of that car.
There it is. There's the checkered. I was getting worried.
Limburger Asiago wins at CRI Superspeedway and makes the postseason.
How about that?
What a race, guys.
It's going to be a very awkward Thanksgiving for the Asiago brothers.
Damn.
As we see coming off of turn 6, Bellagio is going to wash up and just get into the left rear of Derek Poca. He's going to get out of shape. Then Benito tried to save him, but put a little bit too much wheel into it, and he gets spun around. That's going to bring the caution out as he's in the middle of oncoming traffic.
Oh, and
We
they're
had-
wrecking behind.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back for that, but Bellagio gets plowed into right there by the
no.
Colonel again.
Jackie said was in it. Chunk. Oh, you hate to see that for Hud Strickland, though. Hud was one of those people we talked about who may have snuck into the cut line, especially with Limburger winning the race. But most likely, that's not how it'll transpire. Scoring still being counted by our TOECAR officials. As soon as we have an update and know who the playoff grid is, we will get back to you before we go off the air tonight.
Right on board the Colonel here. And man, it's just a war zone out here coming to the checkered. Oh, what a hit!
You were wondering why
really.
Wonder why we didn't want him racing back to the line earlier. That's why. That smoke very thick here today. Must be very dry out. Can't see a damn thing.
All that thing about good behavior out the window.
Behind all that happening, we had Hud Strickland. I mean, Harvey Quinn already had hit the wall. Hud was pushing really hard, trying to get as many spots as he could, and they just got together, started spinning around, and Drew gets a piece of it. And that's pretty much what forced the 59 to go low. Oh, Steel Park.
Man,
Piles into it.
this old chunk in there getting a piece of it, just like always.
Yep.
He loves spreading pain throughout the field.
If he's not happy, no one can be happy.
See, going into turn 5, Limburger's in the lead, but he's still going to start to get past there on the inside by the 29 of Outback. And I thought he was going to have him clear right there, but wow, he fights back, uses that side draft without running into him like you're supposed to, and gets him clear and gets back to the line first. Very impressive driving by that team.
And guys, the standings are in, and our playoff field is set. Our race winners are the following, the people we knew would be in. Corey Origami in that 96 team. Limburger Asiago, who won today. Braden Bunch in that 45. The 69 car of Pecker Petty. York in the 02 team. Zach Outback in the Cursed 29 car. Potentially Tyrese Halifax. Going to depend on how he heals this week. We just got word from TOECAR insider Rob Pockets. He did just get out of surgery. I heard they put the bones in the wrong place. I don't even know how a doctor does that. They must have hired malpractice. But we're going to have to get further updates throughout the week. Please check on our Twitter at TOECAR News. That will provide you all the updates on the 24 team and Tyrese Halifax and the condition of the playoff grid for next week. Let's not forget Tyrese won a race. So if he's there, he's in the postseason, even though he missed tonight. We're going to have to see how that all plays out as the situation develops as the coming days happen. That also leaves the 4 spots for the people who made it in on points to be the 1 car, as we knew, Muscular Zachstrophe. Just an absolutely dominant performance all season so far. He is the point leader, even amongst those who've won by a very good margin. You have to think they're one of the favorites, even though they haven't won all season. The 03 car of Raymond Hans is able to sneak in. He's the 2nd car in on points. 3rd is Tatuma Sato. I guess money does buy happiness because they have found their way into the postseason. They'll be competing for a title tomorrow, or not tomorrow, pardon me, next week. And then lastly, the last person to make it into the postseason is the 04 car. Daniel Suez does just enough. Made it in by 1 point over Sweet Baby Ray Cyrus. He's going to fight for a championship next week. And guys, he might be the wild card. We haven't talked about him nearly as much as all the rest of the people I've just mentioned. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, he's a real sleeper, but he comes around at the end, and you can see the proof is in the pudding, man. He wouldn't have that many points if he wasn't consistently not getting in crashes and avoiding things. So, but I think he's definitely going to be able to avoid a lot of the calamity at Kansas, and he might be able to be the champion if he can be the one out of all those guys that misses the most.
Well, after another crazy day here at CRI Superspeedway, it's been fun. It's been real. And we have a playoff grid. And from here in the booth, for Matt, for Mike, for Tristan, and for myself, thank you and good night. Not the first time an R-Ware got last, huh?
Yeah, why the fuck did you leave me and Matt out of the closing conversation?
You guys didn't have the talking stick.
You're a piece of shit. Let's kick his ass, Tristan.
Let's get him.
Hey, come here.